Tweener heads, welcome back to another video today here on the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Your Ball Was Out podcast, presented by Phil from Tweener Head Tennis. This is the podcast where we give exclusive untold stories, news, and perspectives on the game of tennis. And welcome back to another Future of Tennis podcast edition. Now, if you are new to this segment, this is where we break down some of the future junior players that are going into college, going to become a pro, to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on in the junior world, as to keep you guys up to date with who to look out for in the future for college or pro tennis players. Today's episode is going to primarily focus on the Orange Bowl, another prestigious event in junior tennis here in the United States. We're going to start with the 16s category and make our way up to the ITF level, which is their J500 tournament. And it's probably one of the most prestigious events in the United States. So we're going to break all that down for you. And with college tennis kind of wrapped up for the winter and the spring, until the spring, I should say, we're going to kind of talk about some of the Parsa bombs that are going on, as well as who's committed to where for the spring of 2026 and even for the next year as well. And maybe we'll even touch on some other things as well once we get to that segment. But for now, let's start with the Orange Bowl. Again, if you are new, if you're watching this, I do apologize. I do look down on my computer to look over my notes. If you are listening, you guys are totally fine. So let's just jump right into it. Now, we're going to start off with the 16 levels, and with this segment, we only go from the U16 categories and U18 categories just to keep it more simple. And there are so many other competitions, so I apologize if I miss any, but these are the ones that I'm focusing on that are kind of relevant in the United States and relevant to our sphere. So let us know down in the comments below or the podcast show notes if you guys want us to talk about anything further. But we're going to start with the level 16 winners. And for the girls, we're going to start with someone from Connecticut, where we are from. Shout out to the 203. We're going to shout out Priscilla. And I apologize for some of the pronunciations for these. Priscilla Sirichanto, who defeated Daniela Del Mastro 6-4, 6-1 in the U16s category. For the girls at a level 1 Orange Bowl. For the USTA level, she's from Connecticut. She won the U18 New England event too. She won the sectionals for New England when she was 14, and she's just a freshman in high school. She's a class of 2029, and she's already a blue chip on tennisrecruiting.net. Cool to see someone from Connecticut reach this kind of level, and at a young age too, to see her compete already at such a high level too. It's awesome to see, and it's going to be fun to be following her journey. So shout out to Priscilla for winning U16s. For the boys, we have Matthias Raniek, who defeated Danielle Malasek 4-6, 6-3, 6-2. From New York, a junior in high school, already a blue chip on tennisrecruiting.net. He's already, I believe, a UTR 12-ish, 11 or 12 already, and definitely a high recruit going into college. Already in that process probably right now as well. So it's cool to see him on the East Coast as well from New York winning that tournament. So congratulations to Matthias and to Priscilla for winning the U16 level 1 USTA level Orange Bowl. Congratulations to them. Now moving on to the ITF level, the J500 Fort Lauderdale. That's the category that the ITF runs this tournament under. We have let's start with the girls. Shinren Sun defeated Kristina Lutova. Lutova won Eddie Herr, the IMG championships last week, and she had a special exempt coming into this tournament because of her latest results at the IMG International Tennis Championships, the new name of what Eddie Herr used to be. So, Sun, 12 seed coming into this tournament, took out the number 1 seed from Brazil in the semifinal, 6-2, 6-3. Won the final against Lutova, someone we've talked about on the podcast and channel before, 6-4, 6-1 in the final. Sun did not drop a set going into the final and didn't even lose a set in the final as well. She's actually lost to Lutova with that last week in last week's tournament at Eddie Herr / the IMG Championships. She's a UTR 10-9 already. She's reached a career high of 26 in the rankings right now in the world for ITF junior rankings. Her 2025 results have been very impressive already. Earlier this year, to kind of go over her resume this past year, she made back-to-back finals in Tunisia at the J200 level. Even though she lost in both those finals, she made both finals at J200 back-to-back. Then in Thailand, she did another back-to-back tournaments there. She made the final of a J200 again, but then ended up winning a J300 the following week in Thailand, and even lost to... This is the fourth time I want to say she's played Lutova, because she lost to Lutova at the College Park J300 level that Lutova won. She lost to her in the quarterfinals. And last week at the J300 Eddie Her level, no, third time she's played her, excuse me. So Lutova and her kind of have a rivalry. Sun winning the third matchup between the two. Lutova has won the tournament every single time she has lost to her, so that's kind of a cool thing to see. And they probably are very familiar with each other's game right now. So awesome to see her win against Lutova after coming off such a great week last week. And really cool stuff. Actually, really interesting to see that kind of level and to see that consistency from her. So shout out to Sun for beating Lutova and winning the J500 level at the Orange Bowl. Now for the boys level, we had the 12 seed taking on the 2 seed. Boogaard from Netherlands, the 11 seed, taking on Jack Kennedy, the 2 seed from the United States, who's committed to the University of Virginia. They played in the final. Boogaard beat Kennedy, and he lost to Kennedy earlier in the year at the Roland Garros Junior Championships in France. He's won a 2025. He's won two. Excuse me. Let me restart that. In his 2025 season, Boogaard has reached a career high of 17 in the world for the junior rankings. He beat the number 1 seed coming into the final for the Orange Bowl, Yannick Alexandrescu. In the 2025 season so far, he's won 2 J200 titles, 1 in France, 1 in Slovakia. I said he lost to Jack Kennedy already at the Roland Garros Junior Championships this year. He made the quarterfinals of Junior Wimbledon, and he actually lost to Jordan Lee, who won the Eddie Her Championships last week in the semifinals. So Boogaard is definitely someone to look out for. If you look at his kind of transition into being where he is now, it seems like his physicality has caught up to him, and he's being able to do a lot more with his game, and definitely very interesting name too, which I love, Boogaard. And I do apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, so please correct me in the comments below. But this is a kid that's going to be recruited very heavily for college. If Jack Kennedy's going to college as well, and Jack's been playing a couple pro tournaments here and there besides junior levels, and it's going to be fun to see him compete on a bigger level as well. So congratulations to Boogaard and Sun for winning the Orange Bowl championship, the U18 championships, the J500 in Brighton, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Excuse me. Bradenton was IMG and Eddie Her. Going on to the college tennis rundown, two recent Parsa bombs making an impact on programs. First one, Ivan Sodan from Washington, spent 3 semesters in the state of Washington competing, 12-8 UTR. He's transferring to Brown in Rhode Island. He played the 5 spot for Washington, reached a career high of 62 in the ITA doubles rankings for his school, but now is already going to probably play higher up in the lineup with a 12-8 UTR, especially for a program like Brown in the Ivy League and competing at a high level, just to see how well he does. That's going to be a fun one to watch. And the biggest one, I would say, is Johan Svedsen from Denmark, who just committed to Cal Women's Tennis. She's going to be eligible for the spring of 2026. She's an 11-1 UTR, 21 years old, going to be a freshman. She reached a career high of 14 in the ITF junior rankings, and she's already top 400 in singles. That's a huge pickup for the Cal Bears, especially after one of their own making the, I believe, Final Four for the individual championships in Orlando earlier this year. So they're already bringing in more players for their roster to make a run in the ACC this year. So it's going to be really cool to see her competing at the college level, especially at that high of level. So huge pickup for the Cal Bears. Very historic program as well. Huge pickup. Another college part that's going on. We said at the beginning of this episode that not much has been going on except for junior tournaments, recruiting, more kids being recruited for the spring of 2026. But another pickup or something that you should notice is Rafa Hadar, who's still playing for the University of Virginia, representing them, is playing the Next Gen Finals in Saudi Arabia and already top 200 in the world. He's competing alongside two other, I would say, he's still in college, but he's competing with two former college players, Nishesh Basavaredi, who played for Stanford, and Lerner Tien, who played for the University of Southern California. He's competing there. That competition is starting. What day is it today? The 15th. That competition starting in 2 days. I believe it's the 17th to the 21st. So good luck to the Virginia sophomore there. It's really going to be a tell to see if he's going to come back for the spring of 2026. It's been a big question mark, to say the least, for him, especially he's already qualifying for the Next Gen Finals, already in the top 200 in the ATP live rankings, and possibly could make the Australian Open next year to start the year. So that's going to be a really fun story to watch, so make sure you check that out. I believe you can watch it on Tennis TV and Tennis Channel. So make sure you check those out. No tweener head take today. Slow news cycle, to say the least. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about with some of these junior events, with some of these big ITF levels, wrapping up the season. I'm hoping to have one or two more videos come out before the year ends. I believe in the last episode we talked about possibly taking a week or two off before the new year. So we'll probably still have some stuff coming out. We went to the Garden Cup as well at Madison Square Garden in New York City. That was a lot of fun to see. We're still working on that video as well. So make sure to stay tuned for that. A lot of cool stuff there. But let us know what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. Let us know who you guys want us to talk about in the next episode or in future episodes as well. Would love to hear your guys' perspective and opinions down in the comments, or if you're listening to this, down in the comments below for the podcast. Make sure you're subscribed to the Tweener Head Tennis YouTube channel. Make sure you are following us on all podcast platforms, as well as leaving us a 5-star review on any of the podcast platforms that you're listening to as well. And we hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys.